What is up, guys? My name is Andrew, and welcome to Season 3, Episode 1 of Space Engineers. I'm glad to be back. We're on Mars, and it's time to start again like we have done many times and make a new base. So, what are we going to do this season? Well, first of all, I've got good news and I've got bad news. Well, the good news is Mars is kind of a barren planet, but we see some ice over there, which is very good. That means we can at least survive and such, especially since I've decided that I'm not going to be using as many bottles as before because I want to make it a little bit more of a realistic playthrough. The bad news, however, is that all of the ships that we brought, or most of them at least, use ion thrusters. So they're completely useless on Mars. For instance, if I try to, well, let's do this. It'll fall because it's not turned on, but if I turn it on, so if I press Y, see, we can't fly anywhere because it's using ion thrusters, and we're in a place that needs atmospheric thrusters. So that's bad. Very, very bad news. We're going to have to pretty much either retrofit these ships or make completely new ships to use on Mars. That is especially bad because I've decided what we're going to be doing in this season. We're going to be building an underground base. Something that we haven't done before and something that's been requested quite a bit by you guys. So I want to try it out, building an underground base. We'll pretend that the Earth is hostile or something. I mean, it technically is. If I take off my helmet, I'll start to die. But we'll pretend that it's like, you know, that's one of the real obstacles if we go to Mars with actual humans in real life, is that the sun's radiation is not actually deflected because Mars doesn't actually have an atmosphere. Although in this game it seems like it kind of does have an atmosphere, since atmospheric thrusters are what you use. But we'll pretend that it doesn't, and that we're currently being affected by deadly rays of radiation. So we're gonna build an underground base, and that's how we're gonna live. And we're gonna have little above ground stations, kind of little places that we can go. But the majority of the base is gonna be underground. And the reason I say that it's especially bad is because our current digging tool does not work because it uses ion thrusters. So we're gonna have to figure out some sort of solution, and that may just be to like build or to retrofit it, like I said before. So I don't know. We'll build a new one eventually anyway. So, but the A-mobile should still work considering that it doesn't use any thrusters. We just need a way to get it off of this thing. All right. So before we do anything, let me first announce that Space Engineers, as you probably already know, did have a huge update a couple of days back, and they added a bunch of other things. So if I press G, you might see some new stuff in here. Aside from all the mod stuff, you might see the wind turbine, the hydrogen engine, both of which will work on this planet, by the way. The small battery, which is pretty cool. But very weak as well. They've added, what did they add? They add a basic assembler and a basic refinery as well. And also the survival kit, which is incredibly cool, but we won't have to use since we're not actually landing. So if we ever start another Let's Play, we'll be using the survival kit quite a bit, but not this time. So yeah, they added a bunch of new stuff. They supposedly added some really cool new encounters as well, but we're on the planet. I'm not quite sure if that affects us, so we'll see, I guess. If we find any encounters coming towards us. I hope we do, because that would make our underground base a lot more fun. What if they had like worms underground, like mechanical worms that'll come and find your underground base? Wouldn't that be so cool? Anyways, let's get to building our base. Okay, so to start, I want to get the A-mobile off of this thing, and we'll get it off just like we got it on in the first place, except on this side, I think. So we're gonna build a little ramp going down right here, and then the A-mobile will go up that ramp. Actually, first let's put away our hydrogen packs, because I did say we want to, or our hydrogen bottles, because I did say we want to get rid of bottles altogether. So we're going to be getting rid of all of the bottles so that we can use, you know, pressurization as our oxygen source, medical bays as our way to replenish hydrogen, and that sort of thing. So we'll be using jetpack a lot less. Hopefully that'll make it a bit more realistic. But let's go in here. We should, well, I guess we don't get a oh, we do actually get replenished if we're in a pressurized area. That is cool. Andrew likes. But let's grab some hydrogen as well before we go and set off on our little mission. This is gonna be fun. Okay, so A-mobile, we're gonna get you off the ship. That'll give us at least a driving vehicle that we can drive around with, which will be pretty nice. So let's. I don't want to use. What do we have in our inventory? Okay, we have enough steel plates to at least build a kind of a nice thing. Let's break that right there, and then we'll do this. Turn you around. Oops, that's the wrong way. Turn you around properly. There we go. And we're going to use our jetpack to get down from here. So let's build like a little ramp up like this. We'll do kind of like a... This is probably not going to turn out very well either, but we'll at least give it a go, and hopefully it turns out decently. So something like this. Boom, boom, boom. And then just keep going up like this. We might actually need to have a fourth one, but we'll worry about that when the time comes. So we'll build all these up, and it's going to be kind of steep, but that's okay. The Aimobile can handle it. The Aimobile's handled far worse. Ever since we opened it from that Christmas tree. If you guys didn't watch that episode, the Aimobile is actually a Christmas present from me to me. That was fun. All right, let's just keep going here. Let's build up. We're ascending. That is the goal. To ascend without the use of jetpack. Or we'll use a little bit of jetpack, but not as much because otherwise we'll soon fall and die. Which is not the goal. Okay, we're almost there. Oh, that's a small one. We don't want that one. Right here. We'll go up. So what did you guys do during the Space Engineers break? I know what I did. A lot of Space Busters. That was a fun series. It'll probably continue as well, in case you guys are wondering. But what were you guys up to during the month? I think it was a month that we didn't do this. A month-long break, maybe? Something like that. And turn this one around. That should make the connection. And I don't know what we want to do there. But the Aimobile hopefully will not crash straight through this. It might, because it's going to be a bit heavy. But hopefully it won't, because that would be bad. All right. Let's break that. We can keep that piece. That's fine. Okay. P. That should disconnect the park. Nope. P. There we go. Parking brake is... What is this? What's the camera doing? It's like wobbling weirdly. Whatever. That's fine. All right. Aimobile. We have a nice speed limit set to the Aimobile so it doesn't go too fast, which is good. Good thinking on my part. Otherwise, it would be speeding off the big red right now. Oh, please don't crash through this. Okay, let's see. Oh, shoot. I forgot all the problems that we had earlier. Is it using four-wheel drive, first of all? Was it? Propulsion is what we're looking for. Propulsion, propulsion, propulsion. So it is using four-wheel drive. It just gets stuck a little bit. Okay, so let's back up a little bit. Let's get ourselves back onto this. And what we're going to do is we're going to speed our way off, pretty much. Go! Yeah, it's working. Okay, please don't crash through that. Okay, whew, that was good. Go, 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 go. Oh, we're going to... Okay, okay, not the best descent ever, but you know what? We got down. It's okay. All right, so the Aimobile is unloaded. As for the other ships, here, let's put the parking brake on. Every manual car driver knows that you always have to put the parking brake on, lest you find your car driving down the mountain when you come back. All right, these things are not going to be able to get off the ship, unfortunately. That might be able to because it's got tons of thrusters, but this stuff definitely not. We're going to have to either retrofit it or I don't even know. For now, let's try to add a couple of thrusters to you to get you off the ship. So just some kind of small atmospheric thrusters. Do we even have atmospheric thrusters in this set? I don't think. Oh yeah, we do. Okay, number 3. Just yeah, some stuff like a boom, 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 something like that. And fix you guys up. We need some metal grids now. That's all we need. Can we go in here? Maybe there's some metal grids in there. Yes. Haha. I remember we brought like everything that we would ever need, didn't we? Oh, we need large steel tubes now. Okay, that's fine. I'll grab some of those. Metal grids are out. Large steel tubes are in. If we have them. Yes, we do. We have plenty. Okay, so that should be enough to get it at least up off the ground a little bit when coupled with the gigantic ion thrusters. We need 1 or 2 to make it go forward as well. So we'll put one right here, I think. Something like this. We need 1 metal grid for that. We'll grab a couple. There we go. Maybe let's add a second one here. Okay. And I know it's not symmetrical, but this is only to get it off the ship. Oh gosh, it's dark. It's a dark Mars night. What does a night at Mars look like? Oh, you see the moon there. That's not the moon that we were on, by the way. That's Mars's moon, which is called Titan, maybe? Charon? I don't know what it's called. It's one of those. That is Earth. That is where we came from. Episode 1 of Season 1 took place there. And now we're here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. All right, let's get on this thing. Hopefully it flies. Yes. Okay, so it flies a little bit. It doesn't really have much stopping power, but that's okay. As long as we go slowly, we should be able to get this thing off of the ship. We have some damage in the back over there. If I remember correctly, in the last episode of last season, we... oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. It doesn't stop very well. Oh, this might... Oh, no, it's good. Okay, okay, okay. Very slowly. Very slowly. So, yeah, in the last episode of last season, I remember we destroyed this thing pretty much by trying to get materials. Okay, turn you off. That's good. Okay, so we got 2 out of 4 off of the ship. I don't think we're going to worry about the other two since we don't necessarily need them quite yet. All we really need is the digging tool to make our underground base. So the idea, by the way, the picture that I have in my head, the model, like the one that Walt Disney made for Disney World, the model that I have in my head is essentially we're gonna have an underground base. It's gonna be so cool and everything. There's gonna be an elevator, which is gonna be one of our main tasks of the season. An elevator that's gonna bring us up to the surface, where we're gonna have kind of just like a really small little surface area, like a surface base. And then also on the surface, we're gonna have a gigantic wind farm, like over there or something. It's gonna be a bunch of windmills that are like gigantic and tall and like looming and stuff. And we're gonna have little rovers that are gonna be able to drive around to the windmills to perform maintenance and stuff in case something damages a windmill and we start losing power or something. It's gonna be really cool and everything, and yeah, it's gonna be so awesome. So I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna figure it out. And yeah. All right, so you know what? I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna start completely over for the ship. This one has served us for a while. If I remember correctly, this is the Harvenator, right? I think its antenna broke off, but this was the Harvenator that we used to grab stuff. I think we're gonna build ourselves another ship. Just because it would be kind of painful to retrofit this one, and it's already kind of in shambles, so I would like to make ourselves another ship that would be useful for kind of mining our underground area, because that's going to be a huge component, especially if we want to have an underground base. You got to have an underground miner. So let's build it. We have plenty of room here since we've removed those ships, so let's start with the first thing that we're going to need, which, as always, is going to be a landing gear. We're going to start it right there. Oops, it's kind of being a little bit wonky. Is it because we're building it on another ship? Okay, right there. There we go. Okay, so they actually changed the landing gear up because it used to require large steel tubes. It now does not. It needs construction components, I guess, but it does not require large steel tubes anymore. Let's put 50 of these away so we can grab a couple of construction components out of our base. Okay, there we go. That should be plenty of room to build it. We're gonna do what we usually do, which is kind of use our jetpack to go up, which we're running out of jetpack again, so we're gonna have to eventually go and grab some. But for now, let's kind of just walk around instead of using the jetpack. So like we've done so many times before, we're gonna make ourselves... Actually, you know what? Let's use the other cockpit. I haven't used the other one in a long time, so let's use this one, because this one seems like it's gonna be fun. And it's got like a gigantic thing in the back, so that should be good. Let's use that one. In fact... Oh, our fuel's gonna be low. Oops. Let's move this a little bit forward. Fuel critical. It's okay. Don't worry. We'll be fine. So I guess if we want to do this completely without jetpack, what we would have to do is we'd have to have some sort of like little ramp system. So if we go like this, we could, yeah, we could put like a little ramp here. And then we could just jump on. Yeah, that's how we do it without jetpack. Haha. Okay, so we're going to, yeah, we're going to put that right there, and that's going to be our cockpit. And then on the front, on the side of the cockpit, like we always have, is going to be drills, and they're going to be kind of out front, and it's going to be really cool and stuff. So cockpit. What do we need next? We're going to need, since we're doing this atmospheric, we're going to need a lot of, I kind of don't want to mimic the design that we've done so many times, which is the pretty much exactly what that one looks like. So let's do something a little bit different. Let's make it look a little bit different. All right, we've got our start. So we have the cockpit. We've also got the atmospheric thrusters, and yeah, so that's a good thing. Now we need to kind of figure out where we want to have the storage tanks, and where we also want to have the actual drills. So I think, well, the drills are obviously going to have to go on the front. And we're going to have to kind of maneuver them around these thrusters. But I've decided this is how I want the design to look. So I think it's going to be cool. Cool and stuff. So I heard... Should we utilize one of the things that's new with this? I heard that you can... This might be a bit interesting, but I heard that you can actually fit the new engine on the front of this thing. So let's actually see about that. So it's called the... Is it just called the engine? Yeah, so they call it the hydrogen engine. And it requires hydrogen, so it's going to be a bit odd to use, because we're going to have to get some hydrogen. But I don't know. Do we want two of these? Maybe we want two. Since I mean, I don't think it produces enough power to power a whole ship. So possibly two would be pretty nice. No, I think one will be fine. We'll do one, and then we're going to have a hydrogen tank as well. So an oxygen generator and a hydrogen tank on board, which shouldn't be too difficult because those are kind of really small. So, yeah. Well, you know what? I take that back. The hydrogen tank is not very small. It's actually very large. So this should be interesting. But if we press number 9, we've got the tank here, which has a big... On this side, we can actually fit right there, and then smalls on this side right here. I could have sworn the oxygen tank was super small for small ships. Is that not... I mean, I guess it's much larger for large ships, but still, it's pretty gigantic. Oh, well, we can have an oxygen tank right here, and then we could have a cargo container afterwards, or after that. But we're going to need some sort of way to make it so this does not rub against the sides, because it could explode the entire ship, spelling disaster. The other thing we could do is we could only use the generator. That might not be a bad idea. Since we have ice over there, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So we have ice over there, which means we can actually go with the ship, grab some ice, and then come back. And the oxygen generator is going to, or the hydrogen generator, O2/H2 generator is going to generate stuff for the for this thing. So I think that's what we're going to do. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, so we got the large cargo container. It's going to be a bit odd because we got the small thing on this side was going to have to connect to that, whereas then we have a small thing on the back, so it can't back up into a connector like we've been doing. So we're going to have the connector on the bottom. But you know what? I like the design. It's going to be cool. We're going to try it out. Or we can have the connector on the sides, I guess. But I think the bottom would be better. Or the top, even. We could throw a connector up there. And then we could just kind of like, oh, that might not be a bad idea. What's going to be the easiest? You know what? I bet you the easiest would be if we had the connector on the bottom. And then we'd have like a little landing pad above ground that we could actually land this on. Which would bring materials down to the base, which is going to be underground. Our ant base. Okay, let's connect this up. So I think right here we're going to do a splitter, right like that. Then we're going to do... Here, let's actually fix that one up before we do anything. Then we'll do the corners going into the... Yeah, there we go. Into the thing. One on that side and one on this side. Corners. Come on. There we go. Okay, now that should be connected. It's not powered yet, of course, because our hydrogen engine is not on. Jeez, we know a lot of stuff for this. Steel plates, construction components, small steel tubes, power cells, really? Okay, whatever. I'll remember all that. Steel plates, construction components, small steel tubes, and power. Where the heck? Yeah, power. We actually did bring a bunch of those. Awesome. And there it is. Our hydrogen engine. I think it looks cool. This eventually we'll probably put some blocks in here. Even though it adds weight, we'll probably put some blocks in here to make it look a little bit nicer than just this weird, and to give it some structural integrity. That would always be nice as well. We can probably remove these now, these few ones. Okay, we need a way to have this ship actually oh shoot, are you gonna damage you? Can I turn you on? Do we have ice? Ice. Oh wait, no, that's not gonna work. Well, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Okay, you know what? Since small batteries are a new thing, we're gonna use those. So small batteries, even though they don't actually have that much power, we'll use small batteries to store the energy created by our stuff. So small batteries. Get a couple of those things. There we go. Our ship should be powered. Now, the reason I want to power our ship right now. Now, the reason I want to power our ship right now is so that I can test this out, these atmospheric thrusters. I want to test to see if they damage this or not. So we're going to actually full throttle this way. Full throttle. Okay. Did you do any damage to you? You did not. Was that the right? Hang on. Let's go into third person so we can see. Okay. It's very difficult to see, actually. Yeah, I take that back. Since we're connected, it's very difficult. They still haven't changed the camera, making it easier to see for small ships that are connected. I think that should be a priority, but whatever. It's fine. So hopefully you don't damage you. Actually, you know what? We can actually make it even safer if we take these ones off and move them forward. Oh, okay. That's fine. If we move them forward one like this. There we go. Now I should be able to grab this stuff that fell. Okay, the second one, put it right there. Okay, and since that one that was farther back wasn't damaging it, I want to put a strong block, a number 6, right here, like that. So it'll like, I mean, I know it won't really work, but technically, like in real life, it would kind of like divert like the force going that way instead of onto that. You get the idea. It'd be like, pew. That's a really bad example, but you get the idea maybe. Okay, this one as well. I want to do it here. So we have symmetry. Symmetry is the best. There we go. And we're gonna need some metal grids as well, of course. Who could forget the metal grids? And finally, this is going to be the hard part. We're going to need to add the actual drills. So we're going to add one on the front, just like right here, because it seems like the obvious choice for a drill. So we'll throw it right there. That's one. We're going to need to have probably, maybe have another one up here and another one up here, and that could be it. Like, so just have three, one down, one up to the right, and one up to the left. Or backwards, up to the left and up to the right. I think that might not be a bad idea. Okay, so how do we want to play this? I think we could do... Let's actually fix this one up first, because I want to see if it's got a couple of conveyor junction areas above it. So right here, I want to see if there's conveyor stuff over there. I don't know if there is. I don't think there is, actually. What do we need? Motors? What did we need? I didn't even check. Large steel tubes, right. We'll grab like 20. Nope, apparently we'll only grab 8. That's fine. Do we have a thing? No, we don't. Okay, so we're going to need to figure out a way to get those up there. We could just use these. So like go out one, or go out like a couple. Like this. And go up. And then one right here, maybe. And then maybe we could place it. We'll have to place them in a different orientation than that one is. I want to try and land on this. There we go. Awesome. So let's try and... Here. Oops. Nope. Not like that. Not like that either. Like this. Okay. So if I place that, how does that look? Aha! That doesn't look that bad, actually. I kind of like that. And then we'll do the same exact thing on this side. So number 7. We'll go out 1. Then up 1. Is that... Can't tell if that's facing the right way. There we go. Oh, we're out of interior plates. No! Alright, this looks completely ridiculous. But, you know what? We're going to make it look a little bit nicer with blocks. Because I don't like having a ridiculous looking ship. Also, when we add blocks, it'll be a bit more structurally sound. So I'm thinking we're going to do kind of like a V-neck thing right here to make it look nice. So you'll be able to see out the front still. But it won't be also like as kind of weird. So let's do that. Alright, I think the ship is done now. We've added a bunch of kind of structural sort of things, bunch of blocks here and there, which I know makes the ship a little bit heavier, but like I said, adds structural integrity and adds niceness factor, makes it look cool. So we've got the 3 main things here, 1, 2, 3, and then we've got on the side, we've got some tires to make it not explode, which is good. We've got more tires to make things also not explode, even more tires, and we've also added a downward facing thruster, which is large. I don't know if it's enough to carry this entire thing, and the ship certainly looks a bit weird. It's very long, I've got to say, compared to like this one. Like this one, everything's kind of more packed in, but with this one, everything's it's just kind of way longer, which I don't know if that's a good thing. That's probably not a good thing, but we'll see. So this is the ship. It looks like a beauty. And oh, the final thing that we need to add, actually, we need to add a connector. So let's do that. So number 3, that is our connector. We're going to throw it right there. Make it look very nice. Very nice. Right there. Okay, so we've got our connector. We're also going to need some sort of like landing thing. So I think what we're going to do, and this is going to be crazy, I know. We're going to add a landing gear. I know, it's pretty insane. And you guys always tell me, you should add landing gears. And I'm always like, no, they're ugly and stuff. But we're actually adding a landing gear, so yeah. We'll figure out a way to hide it or something. I don't know, to make it not look as ugly. I want to put like 2 more here, so it's kind of structurally good. Maybe one on this side right here. Turn it to face the front. That's facing the back? Oh, I opened windows. No, don't open windows. I want to face you to face the correct way. So let's turn you like that, and then we'll do the same thing on this side. I don't know. Yes. Okay. Build them up. Build them up, and build them up. Awesome. Which should be good. Now let's break this one, and if everything is good, then it will float. If everything is bad, then it will not float. So let's see. I don't think I've forgotten any major components. Actually, no, it probably won't float, considering we don't have enough power. We'll probably have to add a temporary battery, but let's see. Yeah. Okay, so that was the case. It does not float properly. We're going to have to find a power solution for the time being. So those batteries, those small batteries are super cool, but the only problem is that they really don't put out enough power for much. They only output like a very small amount of power, so we had to add a couple of small batteries, and of course we added them to the bottom, which is very, very dangerous, but you know what? I think it'll be fine. Let's test her out. First person, P to disconnect. Yeah, she's flying good. All right, I like this. This is exactly what we wanted. Let's, real quick, let's actually change the batteries real quick. Let's grab all of the batteries, small batteries and large batteries. Where are our large ones? Probably at the top. Batteries, and we're going to call these all batteries. Just so that we have the name in the future in case we need to, like, use it for something, like, you know, turning off the ship or anything like that. So we have all the batteries right there. What do we want to do? We're about to do something. I don't know. Well, either way, if the large batteries get destroyed, the small batteries should be enough to let the ship kind of glide to a sort of safe stop. So that's nice, at least. How ridiculous does this ship look? Kind of very ridiculous. It almost looks like a race car. Seriously, it almost looks like a race car, kind of just drive in and stuff. Let's actually test out the function of the ship that allows it to go and grab things. Whoa, something just broke. Did something just break because it was... Oh, I was dumb and added. Aha, okay. Well, that's, yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Okay, well, let's land, do repairs. Okay, so what had happened there was, since I put blocks in here without realizing that it would actually, you know, affect that right there. So that kind of went out and it destroyed the blocks. That's all that happened. All is good. Yeah. Oh, what I wanted to do, right, I wanted to group the landing gears. So landing gears, we'll call this land. Yeah. And I wanted to set it to auto lock turn off. And then I wanted to go to G, and I wanted to grab our landing gear group and call this, like, switch lock. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Okay, awesome. Well, let's go grab some ice. This thing seriously looks like a race car. Skirt. All right, ice. Here we go. How well do you actually stand up like this? If I were to put you vertical like this, how well do you stand up? Pretty well. That's not bad, actually. Okay, let's start getting some of this stuff, this ice here. Oh, wait, we need to also, I want to move that over there, because we need to actually bring the block tool right there. Then we need to grab our group here and put it to there. Switch lock. Awesome. And here we go. I don't know how well this thing's going to mine. Wait, we actually never connected. That's another thing we forgot to do. We actually didn't connect the things to the cargo container. So this is actually not going to go anywhere. Wait, are you telling me this isn't ice? Is this just stone? I think this is all just stone. See, we have a bunch of stone and no ice. Wait, hang on.
Fuel critical.
Oh, my fuel's critical. That's not good. Is there any ice in there? No, it's just stone. What? Wait, hang on. You're connected to you. You're connected to... Oh, it might actually be connected. That might not actually... Yeah, I think it's connected. Well, unfortunately, this isn't ice, but fortunately, it is connected through the cockpit. So we don't actually have to make the connection manually, which I did not realize, but that is a thing. Well, okay. We have stone near us, not ice. I thought that was ice, but it's not, in fact, ice. Okay, let's get back to the ship. Okay, so I would say our goal to build a really cool ship went semi-well. The ship works, kind of. We just added an ore detector to it so that now we can find ores, hopefully. But yeah, next episode, hopefully we'll go over trying to actually build the base with this thing. Maybe trying to find some materials as well, some iron, you know, some uranium. I actually don't think uranium spawns on planets anymore. I think they changed that. That was in the changelog, so I really... Oh, you know what? There's actually temperature, too. I didn't even notice that. If you look at the bottom, it says freeze. That means we're freezing, which is bad. We're not dying. But yeah. Okay, well, to end this episode, before we end it, rather, I would like to make the startings of our little base, our little surface base. Because like I said, there'd be like a little kind of a surface base that we would have. So let's kind of start that out. It's going to be kind of a really small... base, though. I mean, it's not going to be that big. It's really just going to be enough to have, you know, maybe an antenna, maybe like a pilot seat, something like that. Just maybe a cargo container or two. It's just something real small. So it'll be like a surface, like this. We'll do like a 5 by 5. I think that's a modest size, right? And then essentially it's going to be surrounded in glass, because that sounds not like a recipe for disaster. Let's give it a little ramp like this, just so it's a proper little surface base. And the design I'm going off of is kind of the one that I did for one of the Space Busters episodes. I had like a little miniature base setup, and I really like the look of it. So I kind of want to go with that same, or around that same style. So let's add the corners in, make it look pretty. Corners. And I think we'll probably have a battery in here as well. Just like basic necessities. Just the bare necessities. We're going to have a lot more of steel plates. Let's go and grab these. We should probably utilize the A-mobile a little bit more. Actually, oh, we should make a four-wheeler. Something that'll go really fast. But not tip over, hopefully. Okay, let's throw everything else away because we don't need all of this stuff. We don't need any of that. We actually don't need any of this stuff either. I don't know why we have so many guns. We probably died a bunch of times. We actually don't need any guns because I don't think there are any hostile mobs or whatever you call them. Hostile entities on Mars. So we shouldn't need any gun. Look at that. That's the beginnings of our base. How awesome does it look? We'll drive the A-mobile over to take a look. Representing A's from around the world. from the moon to Mars, the A-mobile still survives. I love it. All right, A-mobile's here. Cool. That was a bit slower than I would have anticipated. I'm very happy though. We still have the high-powered welder, which is really nice. Imagine having to start over with the small welder. Ugh. The weak one. That'd be such a pain. I don't know how we did it in Season 1. I really like the contrast as well. You know, it's nice. It's weird. I don't think I've ever built on Mars. Wait, is the gravity small? Okay, the gravity's not as much as it is on Earth. It's 0.9 instead of the full G. But it's not as small as it was on the moon, so mining's going to be a bit harder. Okay, we've got that. Now I want to get some glass in there. Do we have a glass? Yeah, we do. Okay, so I want to get like this. If I can find a way to... Yeah, hang on. Turn this around. We don't have the girders that's required to build this, unfortunately. We're going to have to go and grab some with our jetpack because it's too slow to walk. That's really going to be the hardest challenge, I think, is the whole jetpack thing. Not wanting to use it as much as I did previously. Alright, there we go. That's a nice start, I think. It's got the glass, kind of. It's not actually glassed up yet, but it will be one day. Then I think what we're going to do is we're going to have sort of an airlock kind of coming out this way. And that'll be the way that you would get out of the of this. So this would be probably... We'd have like an elevator that comes up here. Or maybe we'd have the elevator over there or something. Anyways, this will be a nice little area where you could like come up and stuff. We could even use the ladders since they did add ladders back, I think. Ladder! But they're very slow. So, but yeah. So this is going to be the airlock. And how do we want to do this? I'm thinking kind of a... Let's see. We don't need very much room for a walkway. So we could just do these blocks. Like have them... Yeah, like that, maybe. Of course, that's not... Well, yeah, that'll be fine. Something like that, and then maybe... Like they would, I don't know, go that way. Number 5. Yeah, if we use these small blocks, actually, we can make them... Yeah, I like this. I like how it's turning out. Like that, then turn around like this. And then we can have one of them miniature blocks. Like that. Yeah, there we go. That could be the walkway. And then we'd have a door right here. Then let's go a little bit out a little bit more. We'd have 1, 2. That's where the next door would be. So keep going this way. Keep going. So we'll do the same thing with that. These would go right there. Then we'd have miniature blocks up there. And then we'd have number 7 blocks. Turn those around. And then turn them around again. Right there. And then finally we would have like this. That would be our way out. Or something. Yeah. I like that. Here, you know what? We would even extend it to this since it would look nicer. Yeah, I like this. This is starting to look really good. So it'd be a nice little airlock so we could have air in here without having to, you know, die. So let's, yeah. Looks really nice. And the best part is I can even climb on it without using the jetpack. Look. If I'm down here, I can be like, nah. I like it. I think we did a good job here. We done good. Except we need more steel plates. All right, there we go. It's looking really nice. The only problem that I have right now is that we don't have a way to, unless, what if we, here, let's grab these back. This piece right here, we could, this is the 1x1. We need the 1x2. Yeah. If we do the same thing with, can I not stick this right here? Yes, I can actually. Okay, so if we stick this right here, it's going to look a little wonky. And I kind of wanted it to, actually, is there a better way to do this? A way that would look nicer. Let's break these ones. What if we use another one of these pieces? Another kind of curved, yeah, like that, except we turn it upside down. Would that, okay, that would actually look pretty nice. We need the inverted version though. Okay, so that's that, but then how do we cover this? How do we bring that inward? Is there an easy way that we could do this? I probably have to break this piece, and that one, and that one. Alright, there we go. If we do a little bit of stuff, we can actually cover up the gap right there. So now it would be completely airtight. All we need to do is get a top on this thing. And I'm thinking, I'm thinking we could just go for like, here, what if we do something? We get that small block back. I actually like that piece. Can we, why can't we see it? Where is it? There it is. There we go. Put that small block back right there. Then we can do something like this. All right, here we go. After about an hour of trying to figure out how to lay this thing out, we finally got it looking pretty nice and actually working. Sort of. We don't actually have the doors in there yet, but we have it kind of looking like an igloo, which is kind of the look that I was going for anyway, so it's all good. So we have the entranceway. It's just kind of like, it's just a door. There'd be a door here and a door there, just kind of an airlock kind of feature. I think I've said kind of, like, probably at least 15 times in the last minute. But anyway, so we have the doorway, and then this is going to be the control area. So there will be sort of an elevator kind of here. I'm self-conscious now every time I say kind of or sort of. Okay, there will be an elevator here at some point in the future. Here or there or somewhere there will be an elevator that will go all the way down to where our base is going to be, which we'll make with our new miner, which we have over there. Also, there will probably be... Well, I wanted to have a computer panel here. So if we change this out for a normal block, we could have a computer panel right here, which would show us certain things like how cool our base is and stuff. I don't know. Maybe we'll get like a CCTV mod or something. We can like look at our base while we're up here. I don't know. Something like that. But then we'd have like a chair which we could sit in and look at Big Red and also look at the moon. That'd be cool. And yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be all pressurized and stuff so we could survive, take off our helmet, sit back, relax without dying. But anyways, that's the base. That's so far what we have. This is the start of something new. It feels so right to be here with you. Any High School Musical fans? Probably not. But anyways, that's going to be the end of this episode, episode 1 of season 3. If you guys liked it, please hit the like button, put your comments and your suggestions. This right here, this video is the video where your suggestions will mean the most, because the season is still, let's say, palatable. So it can change. It can go any direction. We're building an underground base. We're also building a wind farm, but pretty much as far or other than that, it's all subject to change. So if you guys have any suggestions, post those down in the comments, and there's a very good chance that they'll make it into a video at some point. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next episode of Space Engineers.